Hey, what's going on, guys? The Horror Man back, wishing you a happy Friday the 13th. So it's officially Friday the 13th, and as you all know, I've been posting Friday the 13th related videos each day this week. Well, we've made it to the day, and I mentioned yesterday in a video that I would be doing a big one for the last day, for the day itself, Friday the 13th, go big or go home. I started this week with my ranking of the Friday the 13th franchise, so now I'll be showing you guys my complete Friday the 13th collection. I didn't realize how much Friday the 13th stuff I actually have until I started looking for it, so I'm going to try to go through each item pretty quickly. There are a few things you won't see here in this video that I do own. For example, we do have Friday the 13th, the game, for PlayStation 4, but it's actually my son's game, so I don't consider it part of my collection, so it won't be in this video. There are also a few other little things here and there that I'll mention along the way. Getting right into it now, this is my Friday the 13th game, Friday the 13th for Nintendo. NES Jason, I love this game. This game was so difficult to beat. I used to play it a lot growing up, and this is definitely one of the hardest Nintendo games of all time. However, I'm happy to say a few years back, I beat it for the first time, and I don't think I've lost since beating it. So I think it's one of those games, once you figure out how to win, you really can't lose. But such a fun game, fun music in this one. It's just that cheesy music that plays through the whole game. I just love this, and then the end screen alone. When you do die, you guys are used to seeing it at the end of each of my videos. That's what that's from Friday the 13th for NES. You and your friends are dead. Game over. I mean, come on. What other game has that? Not would you like to try again? Not oops. You failed this time. Nope. Straight up, you and your friends are dead. Game over. I mean, that's Nintendo at its finest, right there. This game growing up was kind of my horror fix during the week. For whatever reason, I never really watched horror movies on weekdays. I don't know why. I'd go to school, come home, do homework, hang out with some friends, and then I'd pretty much play video games. So I'd play this a lot. I usually watch horror movies more on weekends. Friday nights, Saturday nights, even during the day on weekends. But for whatever reason, I never really watched movies, at night during the week. So this was sort of my horror fix on weekdays. I also have this NES Jason figure, as you can see here. I can get it open. Yep. So there you go. Pretty cool. He's designed to look how he looks in the Nintendo game. This is obviously a screen from the game. You and your friends are dead. Game over. There it is again. Fantastic. Love that. Has Pamela Voorhees' head there with them, as you can see. Now just a little bit about the back. I like how the box is made to look like the Nintendo game, which I just showed. So definitely a cool item to have in the collection and on the shelf. I also have this NES Jason Mystery Mini. I used to collect these. I used to collect Funko Pops as well, but don't do that anymore. I sold off my whole collection. I had all the Jason Pops as well. There actually is an NES Jason that's been released fairly recently that I never picked up because at that point I was done collecting the Funko Pop. But I did have the original, the regular Jason too, and I don't know where it is right now for some reason, so you're not going to see it in this video. I also have this Jason Voorhees Pocket Pop keychain and an unmasked Jason Funko Dorbs. I also have this Matchbox Collectibles Friday the 13th of Jason over here on the camp counselor car. Pretty cool. I also have a Nightmare on Elm Street version with Freddy Krueger on top of a truck. So I don't think they made any more of these other than those two. I could be wrong, but yeah, pretty cool. I have these on the shelf as well. I've had these for a long time. Moving on to the actual movies now. I know I just showed this in a video yesterday, but it's Friday the 13th, the original. This is on VHS. I got that one. I also have Friday the 13th Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan on VHS. Love that cover. Definitely one of my favorite covers of all the Friday the 13th films. Just love this old VHS package. I remember seeing this a lot in the video store growing up. Always seeing that image of Jason. Love that. I do have all the rest of them on VHS as well, but they're all packed away, and yeah, I just really don't know where they are right now. So I do have the complete collection up till about this one, or maybe even Jason Goes to Hell, actually. I think I have the first 9 Friday the 13th films on VHS. Onto the DVDs now. I, of course, have this box set, which I showed in my Obscure Oddities Part 1 video. You guys have already seen this set. I did pretty much an unboxing for this one, so that's pretty cool. And I also have the limited edition mask set, which I believe I showed in a random rarities video, and I talked a little bit more about this one in that. I also have this 4 film favorites collection, including the first 4 Friday the 13th films. On to the single disc releases now. We have the original Paramount release of Friday the 13th. Has the original VHS cover art. Love that artwork. We have Friday the 13th Part 2. Friday the 13th Part 3. Friday the 13th, The Final Chapter. This is where the original releases stopped using the original artwork, and I don't know why, but Friday the 13th, Part 5, A New Beginning. I have no idea why they stopped using the original artwork after the final chapter. Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives. Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood. And Friday the 13th, Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. I also have the DVD deluxe editions of the first 8 films. We have the original Friday the 13th here. This is the uncut version. Friday the 13th, Part 2. Friday the 13th, Part 3 in 3D. Also comes with 3D glasses in here. Friday the 13th, The Final Chapter. Now you can see the artwork is not nearly as good as the original artwork. Friday the 13th, Part 5, A New Beginning. Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives. Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood. And Friday the 13th, Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. I also have this special edition of Friday the 13th, Part 3. I believe I actually got this from Andrew Ballina years ago in a trade. Very cool. And as you can see, that's what it looks like without the slipcover. So, pretty cool artwork there. Then I, of course, have the Monster Vision version of Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives. I know I showed this in my Monster Vision video. And there's Jason Goes to Hell. This is the unrated and R-rated versions. And Jason X. And we have Freddy vs. Jason. And then there's also a copy of Freddy vs. Jason in this box set, which is actually the Elm Street set, but, you know, still Friday the 13th related, so I'm including it here. And then, of course, Friday the 13th, The Killer Cut. This is the remake of the film from 2009. I also have on DVD His Name Was Jason. This is a documentary about the Friday the 13th films. And then I also have Friday the 13th, the series. This is the complete series, all 3 seasons on DVD. As you can see, it comes in a box set with a slipcover. Very cool. I always enjoyed watching this one. And I also have the final season separate, because I had bought this a long time ago before the complete set was released. And I bought this 3rd and final season specifically because my favorite episode of the show was an episode called Repetition. And it was from this season. And for whatever reason, I always remembered that show, that episode so clearly. And, you know, when this was first released, this separate set here, I needed to pick it up because I hadn't seen the episode in so long. And for whatever reason, I had these vague memories of it. And, yeah, to this day, it's probably still my favorite episode. And probably more for nostalgic reasons because it's some episode that I just remember watching specifically. But always enjoyed that one. I want you guys, you know, after you finish watching this video, if you wouldn't mind, comment below. Let me know what your favorite episode of Friday the 13th this series was. I'm definitely interested in hearing about that. I haven't seen a lot of these episodes in a long time, so, you know, based on those recommendations, based on what you guys say, maybe I'll revisit the series and check out the episodes that you guys mentioned. Now, finally onto the Blu-rays. I have Friday the 13th Uncut on Blu-ray. This is the original, of course. I also have Friday the 13th Part 3, 3D. This also comes with some 3D glasses. As you guys know, this is my favorite film in the Friday the 13th franchise. And then Friday the 13th, The Killer Cut. This is the remake from 2009. Then I also have the Blu-ray DVD combo pack of Crystal Lake Memories, The Complete History of Friday the 13th. This is a fantastic documentary. I don't think there can be any other definitive documentary than this one. It's just so long. There's so much information. There's so many interviews, so many old cast members that take part in this. It's just fantastic. If you're a fan of the series, you definitely need to check out this documentary. And finally, I recently did an unboxing of the set this week. The Friday the 13th, The Complete Collection tin. This is that tin set that's going for about $300-$400 now online. Absolutely insane, but it does include all 12 films on Blu-ray, and just a really nice set. So if you guys want to know a little bit more about this one, definitely check out that video I did earlier in the week. And finally, before I end this video, I know a few other YouTubers have been posting videos today talking about their favorite item in their Friday the 13th collection. So I thought I would add this part into my video. If I have to pick, I'd have to say it would probably be the tin box set, only because it includes all 12 films on Blu-ray. So it seems to be the obvious choice. While I do wish they included the unrated version of Jason Goes to Hell in here, other than that, it's pretty much a complete set. And, I definitely don't see any other set coming out that's really going to match this one. So, again, that's probably what I'd have to say would be my favorite. But for nostalgia purposes, I'd also have to say Friday the 13th for Nintendo. I just love having this game. I still play it to this day. It's so much fun. It just reminds me of being a kid again. So I felt I needed to include that too in this portion of the video. So that's it, guys, for my Friday the 13th collection. I'm sorry if it seemed like I rushed through this video. I just had so much to get through, and I didn't want the video to get out of control. I probably would have been very long if I spent extra time on each item. So, hopefully it's enjoyable enough. Hopefully you get the point. I kind of went through everything as quickly as I could, said a few words here and there. Hopefully you enjoyed that. As I mentioned before, please comment below. Let me know what your favorite episode of Friday the 13th, the TV series, was. I'm definitely interested in revisiting that show, and we'll probably start with the episodes that you guys suggest. Until next time, guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate it, and happy Friday the 13th.